one of the biggest things that helps me a lot, and I think it would help a lot of people, honestly, if they were not intimidated so much about, you know, the keyboard itself. So this is what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm gonna break this down real quick because this helps me with my improv so much. And also this is why I can use all 88 keys and just be flowing, bro. This is the biggest thing people need to understand. This is for like beginners too, like anybody who is just like kind of just looking at the keyboard like, bro, what the heck? And it's for other people just to get it in your mindset a little bit if y'all never thought about it like this. This whole keyboard, right? This whole keyboard is nothing but repeating keys, bro. So literally all you see is this. You see all this? This is all you have. On you see all that green? That literally is repeated all up here. It's the same thing across this whole keyboard, bro. That's it. And so real quick, just in theory, just think about this. If this exists right here, then I know for a fact that it most likely exists somewhere else. Now, at first, all you gotta do is trace your steps. Okay, this is here. Let me start where I started here. Okay, I started here and I did the same thing. Oh, how about that? Oh, wow. And so just like that, you already got like a base for what we're gonna work on when it comes to scales. Cause that's what, you feel me? I arpeggiate up and hit the same keys. Later on, you get into the finesse stuff, but that's what you start off with, is repeating the keys up the scale. So that's already that with runs. I know a quick way to get to runs is because all I gotta do is hit the same keys going up, just the same keys. That's one of the most basic levels of it for me. Now, if I'm playing stuff and I'm playing a chord, one of the easiest ways to improv that you can add to it, again, I'm using the sustain pedal. So it's down, right? I can. Just doing that, this can go from I can add from going there, I can do this. Just like that, I added a whole lot of stuff. It could have just been this. And then the improv in that was, I pressed one of the keys down twice. So in this, I lifted up on the D and I pressed it again. Went to the next chord. I lifted up on the A, pressed it again. Went down to this one, I lifted up the A again. Could have chose anything, could have did the E. Then go to the next chord. So just doing that also is another improv thing that I do. Just lift up on a key, try that. Try doing that before you get into arpeggiating completely like this. All the same chords, and I didn't go anywhere. I just played all the same chords that I have. Practice doing that with the sustain pedal so it can have expression and it can flow and connect. That right there, I do that all the time. And what you see is if I add all of these little elements right here, right, this is what I can have. So just like that, you just added so much, but I just showed you what I did in slow. I have all this to work with on the whole keyboard, all of this to work with. I can go here and I can start the next chord up here too. I'm just hitting some chords I already have my fingers on, and then go to the next chord. Soon I will show you about like the other thing you do in your left hand to kind of like make it extra, but like just giving you pointers like right here. And you don't have to do on a more simple bass real quick. And again, real quick before we end, you feel me? All I did was I repeated the chords I already have. I'm using what we already got, and I'm moving it up the keyboard. We will talk about this more in the masterclass because it's crucial to the style. You definitely want to do that. Hit. Don't be afraid to move around the keyboard. Don't be afraid to hit what you have here in your right hand. Don't be afraid to, before you go to the next chord, instead of trying to find like a cool passing chord instead of trying to find a cool passing chord, instead of trying to find all the extra stuff, literally do this. Slow down what you're hitting, but you're just hitting the same notes. That's the cool part. That's what we're gonna stop right there. We got that. That's the tips for today. That's the tips for today. Well, for this video, we got more coming. We will cover this idea again with different songs. We'll get more complex over time and stuff like that, and we'll still try to keep it simple and stuff for, you know, the beginners and everything. But literally do not be afraid to move around the keyboard, bro. That is crucial, and keep that in mind. Like, always be mindful that you can break that rule of having to stay in one spot and doing a certain way, and realize, bro, I got this same chord up here. Why don't I go up here? And then I already am touching keys that I can hit a little bit to make it a little bit different. Start getting comfortable doing that, and then soon you'll start finding yourself doing it naturally and just moving around. I'm trying to tell you, feel me? Either way, I appreciate you watching. We got more videos coming. Comment, share, and like, and do all the cool stuff and stuff like that. And, you know, hit me up, ask me questions, just whatever.